This episode of Unqualified is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. On the drive to and from my parents' house in Washington State, we almost always stop at two particular McDonald's, one in Salem, Oregon, and another in Eureka, California. At the moment, we are in the parking lot of the Salem location, and I just finished a Big Mac and fries. Even though we are just passing through, I appreciate the familiarity and feeling of community. The other day, I was looking through my mother-in-law's photo album and came across a photo where she and her friends are standing in front of a McDonald's wearing their cheerleading uniforms. I usually call my mother-in-law New Mom, but her name is Marcia. Under the photo, Marcia had written a note, and I talked her into letting me read it here. San Bernardino, California. I have so many memories of this McDonald's over the years. My father took me there on what I think was opening day. What a thrill it was as a young girl to order a chocolate shake, hamburger, and French fries. Then there was the time when my cousin Hinda and I were given a tour and allowed to take dill pickles by the cupful out of a huge barrel. We must have eaten 100 pickles each. Everyone in my family knows the story of how I accidentally missed the ketchup container and dipped a fry into my milkshake. Now when I dip fries in my shake, it's on purpose. I remember when I was 12 years old, my mother and my cousin Noel Novak, Larry's brother, picked me up from dance class, and we went for dinner to celebrate Noel's graduation from high school. Years later, when I was in high school, we would go to McDonald's every Friday night after the football game. I wish you could see this photo. Marcia couldn't remember if they won the game that night, but everyone is smiling as if they did. Wherever your local McDonald's is, there's nothing better than that wonderful feeling of community. Well, maybe that feeling is tied with eating a Big Mac. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Thank you so much. You listen to the show?
Of course I listen to the show.
She's like your biggest fan.
This is the best
Thank
game
you
of
so
my life.
much.
I have to confess, I've never listened to the show. I don't listen to any
you are in for a delightful surprise.
I don't listen to any podcasts. Even my wife used to have one, and I didn't listen to it. So
I'm so thrilled. You have no idea. I've been for 25 years. My name is Sim. I'm an honest co-host and producer.
I've heard about it.
I can't even tell you
why.
Ever since I heard No Cure for Cancer in 1993, I was in high school, and you changed. I became obsessed with you. I became a Cam Neely fan because of you. My allegiance went from Jeremy Roenick to Cam Neely. I mean, I'm a Patty LaFontaine guy from Long Island, but I'm telling you, this is such a dream. He was Shaq. When I met Shaq, I was so starstruck. And then after 100 episodes, you.
Dear listeners, Sim is an excitable person, but this is but this is a new one.
So let me ask you.
I'm so please have a seat.
So you're from Long Island.
Yes.
Pat is a friend of mine. I used to play hockey at his house with him in Long Island.
In Westbury?
What do they do?
Old Westbury?
He lived in Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's get
it's a very wealthy section. It's called something Neck.
Great Neck.
No, not Great Neck.
Little Neck.
Turtleneck.
No, it's not turtleneck, but
Thanks, guys. Goodness.
anyways,
Did you want your coffee?
no, I'm gonna save my coffee.
Okay.
I don't want to get too jacked up.
So wait, you're doing
And listen, you just did a movie with one of my writing partners, Bob Fisher.
Oh, I love Bob.
As I call him, Diamond Bob Fisher, because he always comes up with a diamond joke. But
He's so fucking brilliant. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
No, he's just so fucking brilliant, and he
He's not
was
that
like,
brilliant. Yeah, I taught him everything he knows. But how did it
Bob.
go?
oh, great. It was hot. It was a hard shoot because you're in the water a lot.
I know.
But it just long, the long out, whatever. Like all the shoots are hard.
Whenever there's a boat,
Is there
man,
ever an easy shoot?
Yeah, there is. I mean, to me, an easy shoot is you're on land.
Yeah.
You're shooting with a director that only wants to do 1 or 2 takes.
Yeah.
And with people that you love working with.
I've-
But when you go to the water, I've
But
done
wait,
that.
wait. Have you had that experience before?
Water experience?
No. But like a shoot where there's only one or two takes, and
Everything that I produce and or direct or show run, unless you want more, generally speaking, there's going to be, we're going to shoot the rehearsal and multi-camera. I'm not like sitcom. I'm talking like even if we were shooting this conversation between the 3 of us right now, I'd have at least 2 cameras up.
fuck. Can
Yeah,
I work
so-
with you? Will you ever hire me?
Well,
All
the
right.
reason that I do that is because unless it's a beauty shot, like some kind of special shot, like the actors' performances then become like theater because you're on camera, I'm on camera, you're on camera, and the energy, and especially if we improv, which like on Rescue Me or anything that I've done, with Peter Tolan, who did Larry Sanders with Shanley, you want to capture the energy.
Yeah.
So to me, if the 3 of us are talking in a scene that's predominantly drama or comedy, right? Again, discounting any special lighting mood thing you want. The audience doesn't give a fuck, about the DP's work at that point. They're interested in the faces and the characters. So rather than spend 6 hours shooting my thing, then your thing, then his thing, I get a master and at least a medium of each of us in the rehearsal and the first take, and you never get that energy from
take 12.
Yeah, exactly. It's also knowing what you want before you get out there.
Yes, yeah.
That's the key.
And probably also casting. Like you have to be really careful in that select so you can have performers that can do that.
Okay. And when people argue about it, here's the answer.
What?
This is the most recent version of this, by the way. I just did something with somebody. Oh, Bob Odenkirk.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bob
Yeah.
Odenkirk
He's amazing.
which pisses me off. I just found out we did James Corden together, and I found out that he was in The Post with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, playing a guy from Boston with a Boston accent. So, anyways, the only saving
Fucking
grace of
Bob.
me not wanting to kill him was that he didn't actually do any scenes with Meryl, just with Tom Hanks. But anyways, my point being, Steven Spielberg is famous and always has been from day one, except big giant action scenes. He does 1 or 2 takes. He'll go up to 5 if you need 5, but that's it. So Bob was telling me a lot of his stuff was just the rehearsal. Clint Eastwood, rehearsal, 1 or 2 takes. Martin Scorsese, 1 or 2 takes. You start hearing about these guys and I've never worked with them. And are we on the air right now?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm probably canceling this out, but I wouldn't be able to work with them. Like David Fincher, who does between 37 and 75 takes. I can't do that.
No.
There's no way.
And what I love about the format that I do with the multicam here is that it feels like the pressure a little bit of being an athlete in the sense where it's like, because we only do 2 takes. So you come to, you have to have figured everything out in your head to some degree and perform. And there's an exhilaration to that. And also but also in the single camera stuff that I've done, I've worked with a lot of comedians who love to do 30, 35 take. And it's just so.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
I'm going to use Jim Carrey as an example. Okay. Nice guy, fucking majorly talented guy. But he's one of those guys. Hey, I got 25 more takes in me. Dude.
Yeah.
It's variations on the theme. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We're not going to find gold if you want to do it, go ahead. But to me, that's just, I can't do that.
It's
Life
torturous.
is too fucking short.
Totally.
Can I swear on this?
Oh, fuck yeah.
okay.
But you can,
Fuck.
but you see the
Sorry.
crew wilting.
and-
You see morale go down, and things don't get better.
No, they don't. And I learned, fortunately, early in my career, one of my best friends who passed away at a very young age, Ted Demme, was a brilliant actor who his uncle was Jonathan Demme, who loves actors, right? And Jonathan Demme's thing was always like, the main thing in the movie is the actors, the characters, right? So everything should be acceded on the set to making them comfortable and getting the performance, right? So once they've wilted, now you've lost it, because it doesn't matter what you're shooting, because the actors just get to a point where they're like, unless you're Jim Carrey or somebody who wants to like keep doing 30, the actors are tired. Well, then look at your crew. Now tomorrow, we all have to drive home after, which is, again, insane, 14 or 16 hours. We drive home. Now the next day, it's Monday. We're already tired. The rest of the week is going to suck. And the crew, that makes everybody else work slower because now they're working slow. So it doesn't make any sense to me. And the few times I've had to deal with it.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Osea. Wondering what to gift your friends and family this holiday season? Female founded over 25 years ago by a mother and daughter team, Osea's award-winning cleansers, serums, face moisturizers, and body products give you the results you want. Skin that looks and feels amazing. I recently got to try Osea's new body butter, which, like their now famous Undaria algae body oil, transforms dry skin without being greasy, has the same incredible scent, and leaves your skin soft, smooth, and healthy looking. If my experience is any indication, you can count on your partner giving you a lot of compliments. This holiday season, stock up and share your new favorite clean skincare and body care with your friends and family. Unqualified listeners get 10% off your first order with promo code ANNA at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order, and orders over $50 get free shipping. Gifting is always easier if you start early, so head to OSEAMalibu.com. Use code ANNA. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and the lofty goal of creating boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Sunglasses, with or without a prescription, start at $95 and, just like eyeglasses, are available through their home try-on program. You just choose 5 pairs and see which ones you like. I was surprised by how quickly they arrived, which presented me with the immediate problem of deciding which ones to keep. I loved all of them, so you can guess what happened. And not only can you feel good about how cool you look, you can also feel good knowing that for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need through partnerships with nonprofits like Vision Spring. Offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams, Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So put your FSA or HSA dollars to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/unqualified. That's warbyparker.com/unqualified.
Have you worked with actors who do this? Like they get to set and you start to like either rehearse or block or maybe even start to shoot, and they stop and they say, but wait, why would my character say that?
Yeah.
And that's like, to me, that's an indication of fear almost. Like I'm not willing to commit and or perform. To me, it's like this total avoidance tactic. That's the kind of sentence that you say, you know, like 3 months beforehand.
Right, exactly. You had the first read through. Yeah. Although I will say as a guy, like as a writer, as a co-showrunner or whatever, like especially with if I'm in charge of some of the writing or I had something to do with writing the scene, I always feel like I think it's almost impossible for, I shouldn't say this, but I think it's true, for men to really write women. And sometimes vice versa, right? Well, that's a weak spot for me. So I always want the actresses, and you know how it is in television, if you're shooting multiple episodes and you're going, time becomes a problem. So you get scripts or pages late. And we change stuff when I work, up to the last minute. I feel like I want to hear from the actors, and I'm not discounting the male actors. I want to hear from the actors, like, does this make sense to you? And sit down and go, I wouldn't say that. I don't feel like my character would say that. I want that input. But again, like you said,
I want to work with you.
yeah, not.
I would say that every other line.
But you don't want. I don't want to be on the set after we've already done the blocking, where you go like, you know what? In the middle
But
of the
maybe I
first
just
take,
wanna hang
I don't
out with
want to
you
do
for a
this
long
anymore.
time.
You know what I mean? My character doesn't want to drink this. Okay, well, it's a little fucking late. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place for that. But at the same time, I do think that's true. I always stick up for my character. So I just feel like, you know, if somebody comes in, and I've worked with brilliant directors who dictate what the blocking is, and I understand that they want the blocking to be that way, but I feel the right to go like, well, wait a minute now, why is my guy
Moving over there?
And I know sometimes
Totally
it pisses them off.
unmotivated.
Yeah, but like, I want to know. Just tell me. And by the way, if you give me a good reason, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You got to get the tomato soup.
yeah, but I've had that experience where you're in the middle of take two and it's actually going great, and there's multiple actors in the scene where an actor just in the middle of it goes, I feel like my guy wouldn't do this anymore. Like, really? It's fucking half an hour to lunch, and now your guy doesn't want to do it? Why?
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, no, and I think, I don't know, in the world of comedy too, I felt like there was this, the idea that the more takes you do, that somehow something will eventually become inspired. But
No, I don't get that.
No.
I don't get that. And also, I'll tell you a great story. So, Clint Eastwood. I did a film with Clint Eastwood ages ago that nobody saw.
Will you tell us what it is?
It's called True Crime. Got a great cast. Anyways, I'm in the movie. I'm James Woods is my boss. I'm Clint Eastwood's boss, right? He's a reporter. It's fucking Clint Eastwood. He's also directing, by the way. So I got there, and when I took the part, I said, listen, do you mind if I sit next to you a lot? Because I'm a Clint Eastwood fan, but also I knew how quickly he directed. If I just pick your brain, because he's famous for staying on the set.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever you want, whatever, as long as you fucking know your lines. I don't mind improv, whatever you guys want to do. And I'm like, I'm in. I'm going to know all my lines, and I'm going to. So I would just hang around and watch him work with his crew. Anyways, first day that we're shooting, James Woods is an old friend of his, but they've never worked together, right? I've never worked with James Woods. So we go in, the scene is basically, he's yelling at the two of us. So he's behind his desk, we're on the other side of the desk. He's got a big monologue like that. Then I have a big monologue like that. Then he does another one like this. And then me. And then Clint has like one line at the end. So Clint goes, who wants to go first? So James Woods goes, does anybody mind if I go first? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So he goes over there on his side of the desk. They put the cameras up. This is supposed to be a rehearsal, which Woods apparently doesn't understand how Clint works, because I can see that the cameras are running. So, and he's got 3 cameras going. So we're all on camera. And he does his speech, which, by the way, as he's doing it, I'm like, this guy's a good actor. I'm going like, this is pretty good in my head. And then I do my speech, right, like this. But while I'm talking, he's got a baseball that he's going like this with. So he does his whole speech like blah, 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 blah. And then he's got a baseball. He's going like this. So while I'm talking, right? So then he does his speech. The baseball's not moving. So now it's my turn to talk again. The baseball goes like this. And then Clint does his line and he calls cut. And he goes, okay, lose the fucking baseball. He's like, oh, okay, I'll lose the baseball. And he's like, and let's just do it one more time. So we do the whole thing one more time. He goes, got it. Anybody else want another take? And James goes, oh yeah, I need another take. He goes, all right, do another take. He goes, all right, we got it. Let's move on. He goes, can I have one more? And you just see Clint go, no. And I go, thank God. And afterwards, we went out to smoke, and James Woods was out there smoking a cigar, and he goes, he seemed pretty pissed off that I asked for another take. I go, dude, read something. Read a book. The guy hates doing like a third take. So that was it. We did like one. Rehearsal's one take is the second take.
James Woods was in Scary Movie 2 with me, and, you know, the classic. One day I was sitting at lunch in like the cafeteria, the commissary, whatever, and I was by myself, and you know, whatever, sadly eating my whatever the fuck it was, I don't know, mashed potatoes, and he sits down next to me, and he was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, good, good. And you know, I'm young and like new and whatever. It's my second movie." But he said, James Wood said to me, you know, I got a perfect score on my SAT.
Oh, God. That's the pickup line? That's the pickup line. I got a perfect score on my SAT. I mean, you gotta be shitting me.
He wasn't joking.
No, I didn't. I knew he wasn't joking as soon as I heard it. Oh, my God.
I had no idea what was going on.
So what did you say?
I was like, oh, like, what the fuck do you say to that? Like, cool. And then I just stared into my mashed potatoes.
And what else did he say?
Then he started telling me that he was in Mensa.
Yeah, he is. He's Mensa. He went to MIT.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. And I was just.
Did he have a baseball that he was throwing up in the air while you were talking? Was he doing that?
Oh man, I had no idea how to digest that. Because I was naive, so I didn't understand. I had no idea what the intention was.
Oh, well, I know what the intention was.
Well, now I know.
Yeah, but you didn't pick up on that like about 2 minutes in? No? Really?
No. I was like, 23, like 24.
How
like
old was he at
people
that point? He was probably like, what, 50, right? 50 something.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're that age, like anything like over 40 essentially is all the same.
Yeah.
So it could have been anywhere from 40 to 90.
I didn't get perfect SATs and I didn't do great in high school. I did good in college.
This has been a great podcast. Thanks so much, Dr. Dennis Leary, for coming over.
But to me, it's like, even if I had, like, how do you start a conversation with somebody unless you're at the SAT training center or some shit? You know what I mean? How the fuck does that come up? By the way, I had an 800 on my math, and how the fuck?
You
does that
guys,
come up?
I'm really qualified to teach this course.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Dennis Leary, for agreeing to take your SATs again. I just want everyone here to know that I got a perfect score.
What did you get on your SATs? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
What was it?
1090.
Okay, is that good?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay. It's like a B minus.
What's a perfect?
Well, at the time, I think it's all changed now.
I think it's back to 1600. They went to 2400 and then they went back to 1600.
Oh, they
right?
did?
And you get a certain score for putting your
writing
name
your name
down.
down, right? 200 points for that or something like that.
I got those 200.
But you went to Emerson. Emerson's a good school.
I know,
And
but
you taught there too.
Here's how I went to Emerson. I was a horrible student in 12 years at the same Catholic school with the same kids from my neighborhood. So for 12 years, we never skipped a day because number one, there was girls there. And number two, we wanted to taunt the nuns. And at a certain age, we were like, fuck these nuns and this whole religion. We're just going there every day to smoke and drink and just fucking make them miserable. I had a nun tell me my senior year, Sister Judith Kappenman, because when they gave me books, I would just throw them away. I was like, what am I going to do with these things?
You just made a gesture as though you were throwing it out the window of a car.
Yeah, well, actually, that may have happened. So she told me I failed Spanish my junior year. She taught Spanish, and then I was failing it again because I didn't fucking even read the book. I just went to the class, and she was hard to get out of her class. But if you had an older nun that was forgetful, you could ask to go to the bathroom and then just leave for an hour and smoke, and they'd forget that you left. Anyways, she told me, we're passing you this year just to get you out of this building. And I was like, okay, fine with me. I don't give a fuck. But there's one nun that put me in a musical because I thought I was going to be a hockey player, which was, a great idea till I flunked off the hockey team for 2 years in a row.
How? How do you?
You have to have a C- average, and my average
grade wise.
Yeah, I got all D's and F's. Yeah, it was going great. And she put me in a musical. And then she had been at Emerson to study musical theater. She got me an audition because I couldn't afford to go to college. And from that audition, I got a full scholarship. That nun saved my life. Her name was Sister Rosemary Sullivan. And I stayed in touch with her until she died, which was about 10 years ago. She did change my life. Because I went there. I was amazing class. Stephen Wright. Gina Gershon, so many talented people, just amazing number of people. Laura Keitlinger, all these great talented people that were at that school. And then I taught there as a part-time teacher shortly after I graduated and met my wife, who was a student of mine, and the statute of limitations has run out on that, so you cannot prosecute me. And
this is
it was
spicy.
It wasn't my fault. It really wasn't.
Wait, but how old were you? Like 20?
I was 20.
24?
I was 26, and she was 19.
Oh, that's fine.
I know. I mean, to me, I was like, you know what I mean? What was that? By the way, not at that point, I didn't believe in God. But if God didn't want me to date one of my students, He sent a woman into the room who was so in my wheelhouse in terms of the way she looked. And then I was like, all right.
What does that mean? What does your wheelhouse mean?
So when I was young, I liked all kinds of women, but clearly my cock and my brain had told me I love Charlotte Rampling and Julie Christie. Those are like, and this woman walked in, she was a combination of the two. And also I liked funny people. So I was like, if she's funny, I'm fucked. And then, like, within 2 seconds of meeting her, and she was carrying a puppy when I first met her. So I'm like, you gotta be. I was like,
Forget it.
thanks, God.
I always
Thanks.
thought that was the guy move to carry puppies around.
No, it was my wife's move. My wife's move. Yeah.
Sweet.
So, but it worked
Very
out.
Sweet.
Yeah, how long have you been married now?
Well, we've only been married 28 years, but we've been together. This is one of the reasons I failed the SATs. I met her in 1982. So how long is that?
We're looking at
Call James Woods.
35.
35 years. 35 years. That's about right. Yeah. 35 years. I know.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Yeah, that's very
I don't
crazy.
think about it until you say it. And then I'm like, 35 years. Holy cow.
2 grown kids. Two boys.
Boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl.
Two adult children. They're not children. They're children to us, and to everybody else, they're adults. So, and my daughter's coming today. I don't know if she's here or not. She wanted to come for this, but I think she was a little bit late. But, yeah, my kids are all grown up and gone now. So, which is very hard. How old are your kids?
I have a 5-year-old.
Okay. So you're not going to bump up against this problem until much later in life, which is when they come home after college.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Yeah.
And then they leave, and everybody's always like, "Wow, empty nest." But then they leave, and you realize you have no control over their life on a daily basis, and much of the time, the only communication you're going to get is a text which might seem friendly, but they need money or a recommendation for a job. That's basically the only time you hear from them.
Unless your child is a total pothead and wants to design video games. Then
Is this the plan for your child later in life?
they're in the basement all the time.
So you're going to turn your kid into a pothead so that, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
A boy. So that he'll be in the basement for the rest of his life.
Then occasionally you'll be like, "Hey, can you run out for some half and half, please?" And they're
Be
like,
right back, Ma.
They're like, "No, Mom."
That's a good plan, though, because at least they're in the house. It's very hard. It's really...
But it's all hard. It's all hard.
It's all hard. But when
like
you
every
wake up...
stage has its own.
Waking up every day without that's my daughter right now.
Hi.
That's my daughter, Devin.
How are you?
Hi.
Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, please help yourself to anything. God, what a great purse. Did you buy her that purse?
No.
Damn, Devin.
give your kids any money at all?
purse.
What?
How much money do you give your kids?
I took care of my kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if they
Right,
ask you
Dev?
for money,
Oh, she's in total disagreement.
No, I don't think she is. What the hell is that chair, by the way?
It's a
No.
It's a spaceship chair, and
Is it a massage chair?
it's a massage chair, and it's like it's
That's the-
okay, but it's like 40% of like an actual massage. The reward factor.
And you have an F Troop poster.
Well, yes.
Is that yours? It belongs to this room.
What would impress you more?
I don't know. I don't know if we're talking about impressions. I'm just why? What's behind us? It's an F Troop. This belongs to
I'm
the
just
studio.
crazy about F Troop.
No, you're not. You're not. I liked F Troop when I was a kid.
I to be honest,
you don't even know what it is.
I really don't.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Dear listeners, we have Dr. Denis Leary here.
Can I ask you what it's like? Actually, I just remembered this.
What?
One of the guys I went to Emerson with is involved with your show, Eddie Gurdetsky.
Oh, Eddie's amazing.
Eddie was in my class or just behind me at Emerson College.
Eddie's
And
like
he
our
was
main.
a blues expert.
Yep.
And he wasn't involved in our theater group at that time, but I don't know if Eddie's going to remember this story the same way, but we had a class called History of Jazz, which was the music class that you had to take, which, if you didn't like jazz was hard. But I remember being with Eddie. Eddie was like, Dizzy Gillespie's playing at blah, blah, blah. And I know him. And we're like, you don't know fucking Dizzy Gillespie. He's like, no, he's playing. He's going to be at Berkeley College of Music, which is around the corner, basically. He said, I'm going to try to bring him over to History of Jazz class. We're like, Eddie, fuck you. And like, I don't know, 2 days later, we come out of a class, walk onto Beacon Street, and there's a bunch of people sitting with Dizzy Gillespie getting high. They used to call it the wall, this little part of the sidewalk, with Eddie and the History of Jazz music teacher with his fucking horn. And they go in and he plays for the kids, and it was crazy. That's what.
Did you know any of this, Anna, about Eddie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's my dad and Eddie weirdly exchange a lot of. My dad's kind of a music buff, and Eddie knows everybody, and they weirdly exchange.
He does know everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie's the kind of guy. He's the guy that would go, "Hey, Jesus came back." Anyways, I met him last night at this blues club. He's coming by the set today, and sure enough, the Lord walks in like, "Hey, Eddie, what's up, man?" I was going to ask you what it was like to work with Allison Janney, who I've met and never worked with, and I'm a huge fan of.
I'm so fucking lucky. She makes, not only is she like just an unbelievable friend to me, but I get to go to work, every day being happy because I get to see her. And she's just remarkable.
She's ridiculous.
I feel like we're a really great team. I just love her so much.
She's unfair. She really. Did you see I, Tonya yet?
I'm seeing it on Friday.
Is it so good?
She's amazing in that, isn't she? I heard she's a lock for an Oscar nomination.
Well, she's getting my vote, guaranteed. So is Margot Robbie, who I've
fantastic.
Never really paid that much attention to. She's amazing. But fucking Allison. Allison's one of those people that at certain times I see her in a movie, and I just go like, come on. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
unfair, right?
It's really not right.
And not only that, but everyone loves her.
No, well,
and that like rare combination, like all the crew, like we all just adore her. And
and she's doing like physical comedy on your show as well. It's really, she can do anything.
And
can she sing?
Yeah. And she can dance.
What's the fucking
she
point?
can fucking ice
That's just
skate.
not fair.
Like she can do, yeah.
Dude, you have to see this movie. Her character, they're all great. Her character, which is based on the real mom, she's so insanely.
I know, she was telling me that she had like a parrot on her shoulder and she's chain smoking the whole thing.
Yes, and she's funny, but she's really scary too because she's the mom from hell. Yeah. And she does not take one moment in that performance to softly or cheaply or in any way go, I want you to like me. You know what I mean? She's like, this is me. This is who she was. I'm playing her. Fuck you.
Especially for women, because so much of what we do as actors, it's like has to be the likability factor. Mm-hmm. And it's so liberating on that rare occasion for me when I get to play a character who is supposed to be hated. It's like it releases I get like dizzy with adrenaline because for a long time there was always the idea of like, yeah, but is she likable? Is she likable? Is she likable? Like the studio mantra of, well, she should be like a girl's best friend, but the guys still want her. And that's so then like her biggest foible is she's clumsy. And it's supposed to be adorable. It feels uncreative, and it's.
But that's hard when you're doing network television. I mean, you've got to you've got to find a way. I mean, I get that note in cable all the time, and I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like
likable.
We need something likable. Well, whatever.
But you are, because do you know also that your face kind of naturally turns into a smile as soon as you start talking. So you could be saying something like, I'm going to fucking stab you in the neck. And
I'm going to say it right now. Ready?
Okay.
I'm going to fucking stab you in the neck.
Yeah.
But now I'm laughing. I can't say it with a straight face.
Yeah. Well, I want to be stabbed because you're likable.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. My main guy that I'm always mistaken for is there's a bunch of people I'm mistaken for, but it's Willem Dafoe. Mm-hmm. That from the moment I got famous, that's the guy people always mistake me for and credit me with his work. He's an amazing actor, by the way.
What piece of work do you get the most?
Well, from the beginning, people just thought I was Willem Dafoe, and I also know from our last 25 years of being famous that he gets me all the time. But when he did Green Goblin, I was Green Goblin, especially in airports. To me, is the great, the great equalizer. So I always got Green Goblin. Then I did.
Did you ever correct people, or were you? Just
I started to, but after a while, I was just like, no, I'm the Green Goblin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't give a. I sign his name. You know what I mean? I take pictures with people, but I just saw, he's about to be. He just won like 5 acting awards for the Florida Project, and he's probably going to win an Oscar, which means so am I. So I'm like, now I'm going to be in the airport, like, thank you. Yeah, I did win the Oscar. Yeah. How'd you like my speech? You know what I mean? Like, but he's an example to me of a guy that his career, he's never tried to play a likable guy. I haven't seen this movie, so I don't know if that's what he's doing, but he's always
Yeah.
And my favorite performances. That's why I love Allison's performance in this movie. She doesn't give a fuck if you like her. She doesn't give a fuck if you judge her. She just is probably what Tanya Harding's mom was like. God damn, she's good.
It's an honor to work with her. Maybe that sounds corny, but it really is. Like I learned from her. I love her and I trust her, and we just have each other's backs. It's and I wonder if that's rare for two female leads who have worked together, and this is our 5th season, to have. I don't know, but it feels just really special that we're just like constantly checking in with each other, and just like, and our scenes together feel like a dance now. Like it's very easy.
Do you guys improv?
No, there's no improv in this format. It's the most precise. It's the most precise, which is misleading, right? You would think that a comedy, a multicam, like there would be some degree of, I don't know, I guess looseness, but it's like, it's very surgical. It's fascinating.
I don't think I could do it.
It's hard. It's so deceptively hard.
I don't think I could do it.
It's very
What happens
exposing.
if you do improv? Do they stop you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't do it.
Like even if you mistake like an O for an like
Nope, I'm out. Sorry. I like the actors to improv, unless they can't.
Yeah.
But I like the actors. I think they make shit better.
I think it's attributed to sort of the musicality of the format and how it's kind of like a ping pong game. But yeah, it is. That was a hard. I'm still learning it, but that was the first couple seasons. I was like,
I don't think I could do it.
Shit.
That's it. I'm not doing your fucking show. Like you asked me. What an asshole. I said, I'm not doing Mom. Fuck that show. I'm not doing it. No, don't invite me. Did I tell you I got 400 on my SATs? It's a success story. Hey kids, fail your SATs like me and Anna, and look what can happen. I'm a doctor. Oh my God.
Hey,
are you a doctor yet, by the way?
Well, I'm working on it.
What does that mean?
Well, she's a teacher now at SC. Well, we both teach at USC.
Yeah.
You're teaching at SC?
Yeah.
What are you teaching?
See?
No, this is great. Yeah, no, I had no idea. Oh my God, Professor Faris. Holy cow. What are you teaching?
Oh, we taught a podcast class.
And we're coming back next fall.
Yeah. And so we did it all
called
this last
Creating the Hit
semester.
Podcast.
Yeah.
We invite special guests every week. Yeah. It's
Wow.
great.
Yeah.
They should make you guys doctors.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're famous. You can be a doctor. That's all you have to be is famous.
Fuck yeah.
Where'd you graduate from? College?
University of Washington.
Did they give you one yet?
Fuck no.
They
I haven't
suck.
donated enough.
Okay. You don't
I
have
haven't
to
donated.
forget the donation. Listen, what's the name of it?
University of Washington in
Hey,
Seattle.
University of Washington, this is Dr. Denis Leary, and I'm telling you, you're making a huge mistake by not making Dr. Anna Faris happen at your school, because SC is going to beat you to it. And then you're going to be like, oh, we should invite her, and she's going to be like, fuck you. Okay? What did you get on your SATs?
Do I have to repeat it
Nope.
again?
No, I won't make you.
I do remember like some kids asking me, and I remember one kid saying, I told him, and I remember one kid saying like, "Oh, I thought you were smarter than that."
Oh,
and
God.
I was like, "Oh boy."
Did you punch that kid?
No. I was
There was a pause there. There was a pause. She goes, no, I kicked him.
No,
Anyways.
because I was incredibly quiet growing up, and now I guess I'm making up for it, just storing all this stuff, which is maybe why people thought that I was sort of smart at school, because I was just really quiet. I was also wearing headgear, and then braces, and then a retainer, which I now
Wait.
I've come to the
Let me go
conclusion-
back there a couple of beats. What was it? You were wearing headgear?
Yeah,
What was the headgear for?
to straighten my teeth.
Oh.
Do you know what headgear is?
Yeah, now I'm-
yeah. It's like the thing that
So
you wear around.
how many years was that?
That was all through 8th grade, and then braces, and I love it that we're like going through my dental work, but I now think that it was my parents' like strategy to keep me a virgin.
Did it work?
Yeah, for a while
Until
senior year. Ooh, lunchtime when you're allowed to leave. It was hot. Oh man, it was hot.
And it was very straight teeth, obviously.
Oh yeah, straight teeth, basement, little cold, About 30 seconds. Oh, man. Right, ladies? There's nothing like losing your virginity in a basement.
It sounds like Scary Movie 3.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. Dear Diary.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
What the fuck was
I'm
that?
sorry.
No regrets ever.
Yeah. My teeth are so straight. I'm sorry I brought that up.
No. What? We talk about losing
I'm
virginity
not really
all the
sorry.
time.
I'm just being nice.
When did you lose your virginity?
Oh, I'm not telling you that.
What the fuck?
My daughter is sitting fucking
Devin, come on. We got to hear
3 feet.
this.
No, I'm not saying it. 3 feet
Why?
away, 2 feet away. My daughter's sitting here. I'm not telling you. Sorry, you gave up your information. I'm not giving up mine.
Oh.
That's why I'm a doctor. I don't know.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by State Farm. And in honor of their surprisingly great auto insurance rates, I'm going to tell you about a particularly surprising day on set. It takes me a long time to read a script. For almost every line of dialogue, I will stop to figure out why my character would say it, how it fits in the conversation, and how it's going to come out of my mouth. Between the lines, there are larger chunks of text which describe everything else happening in the scene. Maybe what a room looks like, what characters are wearing, and what they're doing. As I often underestimate how long everything in my life takes, I know I can make up some time by reading those larger chunks a little faster. I got the script for Overboard about 6 months before we started production. I read it in my warm living room, wearing comfortably warm clothes, sipping from a warm mug of tea. Somehow, it never occurred to me that when you jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean, the water is surprisingly cold. And it doesn't get any warmer on take 2. Here at Unqualified, we love State Farm because they provide coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by ZocDoc. Who gets excited about trying a new restaurant that has 2 out of 5 stars? When it comes to finding healthcare, don't ratings matter even more? ZocDoc is a free app where you can compare doctors, read reviews from real patients, and even make same-day appointments. When I finally called to reschedule my dentist appointment, I was told that my dentist had been retired for nearly 3 years. In my defense, parking was a nightmare. Through ZocDoc, I found a new dentist who had great reviews, took my insurance, and whose office was actually within walking distance. I was also able to book an appointment instantly without talking to a receptionist who made me feel guilty about not having my teeth cleaned for 3 years. My new dentist didn't make me feel guilty either, and only suggested I floss a little more often. Whether you need a primary care physician, dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/unqualified and download the ZocDoc app. Sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor who might be available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/unqualified.
We're going to go to a segment now that we have segments.
Okay.
This first segment is called Deal Breakers.
Okay.
Just imagine you're single.
This is
Okay.
Simsarna.
I haven't been single.
Have you been? Did you say hi before?
Are you kidding me? I totally sucked
Oh,
up
yeah.
to him when he walked in.
Oh yeah.
Was that on air?
I think I should keep it on. I think it'll make me look.
I think you should keep it on.
yeah, I know.
Makes
Makes you
me
look great. Makes you look great. Totally.
So what's deal breakers?
Okay, you have to imagine that you're single.
Okay. That's a long time ago.
I know it's been a bit,
Yeah.
but that's what will make this maybe interesting.
Okay. President Reagan was in office the last time I was single, in his first term. Okay, go.
Okay, she makes you a dessert out of her breast milk because it's high in protein.
Yeah.
Is that a deal breaker for you?
No.
All right.
No?
No.
It's like ice. It's like ice milk.
don't
It's
care.
frozen. You're into it.
I'm fine. Yeah, go ahead.
But what if her child is grown and
That's a different story.
she's kept the breast milk
That's
in
a
the
little
freezer?
creepy. That's Scary Movie 4. No, I'm not doing that.
That's a little creepy. Not
Yeah.
the other part.
The other part, I felt like more like we were, there was a small child and we were in love and it was a happy, loving family thing.
And she
listen,
makes
it's
you like
all
a
weird.
flan.
Huh?
She makes you like a flan.
Yes, it's a childbirth flan. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Would you eat the placenta in a scramble? Let's say like.
Listen, I got to tell you, I'm a meat eater. I mean, I love to eat meat, and I think that counts as meat. And my wife did not ask me to do that, but
Would you try anything?
with my wife,
No, but like anything that's edible. I don't know. I guess most things.
I would try most like crazy, animal meat. Yeah.
Are you into like brains and like?
I don't think I've ever eaten like monkey brains or anything like that, but maybe I have. You never know when you're overseas.
Okay, it's the 5th date. And
Mm-hmm.
she's never offered to pick up the check.
I mean,
Like even a gesture, even like how they
I didn't really give a fuck about that. I'm old fashioned. I assume I'm paying for it anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I was broke and I asked her out on a date or whatever, that's not a big thing with me.
But you would appreciate the effort, right?
No, it doesn't matter to me. If it's a girl I'm into, I don't care.
What if she like asks for? She tells the waiter that she wants 3 lobsters to go.
If I'm into her, it's fine. No, all these things are not deal breakers for me. Jesus Christ, I am low rent. I really am.
Could you imagine 3 lobsters to go?
Yeah, I mean,
And I want them live, please.
yeah.
I'm gonna boil them at home. I'm not just gonna boil them. I'm gonna stick them in my fire.
Listen, I'll tell you something that's true. I was so into my wife when I first met her that she could have literally pulled any of these, and I would have been like, fine, because I was just so happy that I was dating her at that point.
Okay, let's see if we can come up with something.
I dated when I met my wife. I was like out of my league. So anything she wanted, basically, I would have done. But I had no money at the time, which says something for her because I was just a broke, out of work actor guy.
And she was like, I see the potential here. All right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna bring
I
the
don't know
puppy.
what she saw, but thank God she saw something. I don't know what it was, but holy fuck. At the point she met me, there's very few people on this planet that would have thought, yeah, he's going to make it. Even my friends were like, he's not making it. So, my parents, I think, were just like, well, he's not in jail. That's a main thing. It's a big thing.
Okay, she calls out her own name during sex.
Again, not that big of a deal.
Whoa.
Not that big of a deal. I'm just basing. If I'm into the girl, it doesn't really.
Okay, Candace is on top of you, right? Straddling you.
Candace who?
This is my imagination here.
Oh,
working.
okay. I didn't know if you were like
No.
Candace Bergen. I didn't know where you were going.
Candace Bergen is on top
Okay,
of you.
all right. Candace Bergen then or Candace Bergen now? Which Candace Bergen?
Either one you want.
Okay, let's go Candace Bergen from 1960 something.
Great.
Okay.
She's straddling you.
Yep.
And things are getting hot and heavy.
Yep.
And she just goes, she's like, oh, Candace.
Yeah.
Candace.
Yeah.
Candace.
Yeah.
Candace.
Fantastic. It's Candace fucking Bergen. I mean, I can't wait to tell my friends. Can you imagine this? Not only did I fuck her, but she was yelling her own name. Candace Bergen, Candace fucking Bergen. It's 1972. Candace Bergen. I would tell that story. That would be almost like one of those things like, thank God she's saying her own name. This makes such a great story.
Okay. She has a tattoo on her pelvic bone that reads, "Repeat visitors welcome."
Possible beginning of a conversation about a deal breaker. Again, it depends. If my wife would never have had that tattoo, but if it was my wife's like somebody I was into, I might pose a question. after the sex. I might go like, can I ask you one question about that little tattoo?
You can ask her. Ask
You know?
her.
Pose me a question.
I would say like, what's with the tattoo?
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah.
You do?
But assuming that I had already let you order 3 live lobsters and call out your own name during sex. I mean, really, is the tattoo going to be at that point? You know what I mean? That would be your answer, right? Like, what the fuck do you care about the tattoo? You know?
I got it at camp.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, because I was really popular. And people would come into my cabin when everyone was at swim lesson. And yeah, so, and this guy, one of the counselors knew how to give tattoos. Like, anyway, it was.
See, here's my problem. If I'm into you, I realize now I'm just like a fucking a piece of carpeting. You know what I mean? Like literally, you can just walk all over me, and I'm just gonna be like, sure. Do you want me to drive you back to camp? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm really what a sucker I am if I'm into the chick.
Okay, now we are going on to how would you proceed?
What does that mean?
We'll find out.
Okay.
You were at the Vanity Fair Oscar party.
Which I've never been and will probably never be at. Well, I will in the guise of Willem Dafoe this year.
Yes.
Be there. So I guess I can pretend.
You run into Morgan Freeman. Morgan whispers to you, Dennis, you seem like a great guy, and I would love to bring you in on a very exclusive business opportunity. I was contacted by an African prince. This is very hush-hush. If you invest $100K now, he can double your money once his inheritance goes through. And I've already invested $500K. And how would you proceed?
Fuck no. I'm not giving up my money. No way.
But
I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing anything. It's like I don't gamble. I've been at casinos with friends and my
so
wife.
you're going to tell Morgan?
I'm going to tell Morgan, fuck no, Morgan. No way.
Fuck no, Morgan.
I don't give a fuck who it is. Pick another person. Kevin Costner. No. Candace Bergen. Oh, I just fucked you, but no. I mean, I'm not giving my money up.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. You can ask Candace because I said it to her. Candace Bergen. I can't believe we got into a Candace Bergen thing, but no way.
Oh, Candace. I'm going to try that sometime. Anna. But laughing during sex is weird to me. Is it weird to you guys? Some people do it. We've had this conversation on the podcast before.
It would make me feel extremely uncomfortable if you laughed during sex.
Yeah, but unless that's somebody that you're... Jesus. Are you talking about somebody that's brand new that you're having sex with?
Brand new.
Yeah, that's different. But if you're with somebody that you've been with for a long time...
Yeah, no, then
laughter is
kind of
very
funny.
intimate.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, first date or first like 5. Yeah.
Wasn't it Tiffany Haddish that said that she had better orgasms if she was laughing?
Yes.
Really?
She said that women have better orgasms if they laugh during the orgasm.
That's a scientific...
according to Tiffany Haddish, yeah.
Is she a doctor?
She might as well. She's a very smart woman.
Is she really?
Yes.
Okay, well, I believe her then.
Okay.
You're going to have to try that and get back to us on
The
it.
next one. How would you proceed? You are shooting a movie with Billy Bob Thornton. He knocks on your trailer and tells you he needs a big
I'm not
favor.
shooting a movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
But you've run out of
I like
money
him, but I'm
because
not doing
you
it. What? Sorry.
invested with Morgan.
Okay, all right. I'm going to pretend.
Okay, you're shooting a movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
He knocks on your trailer and tells you he needs a big favor. He says, if you get a call from a detective, can you just say I was with you last night?
No. I'm not covering for Billy Bob fucking Thornton. I don't even fucking know the guy. I think I met him like once. There's no fucking way. No way. I'm not covering
Come
for
on,
him.
man.
Nope. Not happening.
Man.
No.
You're not a buddy to anybody
Listen,
in Hollywood.
I'm at that. No, I'm a great friend. I'm a loyal friend. Okay, but I'm at that point where, listen, life has been great for me so far. I don't have a lot of it left. So really, I want to do stuff that's fun. So even if my older brother, who I've grown up with and known for years, comes and says, "Listen, me and Billy Bob Thornton, I'm out. I'm not fucking getting a shovel and burying bodies. I'm not doing any of that stuff. So I'm not loaning money to people."
That you've known your older brother for years.
Yes, I know. Did I say that? I've known him my whole life. So, and I'm not drinking.
Oh boy. Okay, so
should we just go right to the calls?
What?
Yeah. Well,
we're taking calls.
This is an advice show. We give relationship advice.
I know.
I had no
It's
idea.
Very exciting.
Who's calling?
Hey, did you enjoy? Well, you'll find out.
What?
We give people advice gently.
Okay.
But listen. So your book, did you enjoy? It's called "Why We Don't Suck" and how all of us need to stop being such partisan little bitches.
Okay, I have to say something.
Yes.
I bought your book,
Yeah.
and I've been on a book tour, and Leslie, my assistant, is here. She can back me up. I've been on a book tour and some live concerts that I do every year as a stand-up for like 6 weeks. I haven't read your book yet, but I have it. It's literally, why? You're mad now?
No,
have you read my book?
Well,
No,
that-
be honest.
I was going to tell you that I was going to read it over
See,
break.
so we're both in the same boat, which is great.
Yeah,
I
I
have
might not actually read it over break because I haven't read a book in a long time.
And you
I'm
have
not
a-
even
and-
sure I know how to read anymore.
And you have a baby.
And 1090 SAT score.
But I haven't read your book, but I'm gonna read your
Well,
book.
thank
Unlike you,
And
I actually am gonna read your
No,
book.
I am going to read your book.
So I will say this: people should buy your book and my book.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, and
Did you have to do the audio recording, by the way?
I did. I like doing the recording.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
It was
very important.
It's
It's important for your fans.
But wasn't it? I mean, I'm glad that I did it, but
It's overwhelming.
I mean, it was 100 pages a day, and then you're also like really examining everything you wrote.
Yes, and you're
then it's like,
rethinking it.
oh fuck.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck did I do?
But you don't want somebody else reading your book.
No.
way.
But
Yeah.
that part was that felt. Was
Your
the best.
fans want to hear you. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't like to listen to audiobooks. I like to read the book. So, I'm a big reader. So I have your book. You know whose book is great? Who I did read because I gave her a quote is Whitney Cummings' book.
Oh yeah, she's great.
That fucking book is great.
She's
it's a self-help
she's
book.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We did a live show with her here on the podcast.
Oh,
It was
really?
great. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, so now listen.
Yeah.
People are calling in.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna actually call
You're
them.
doing Conan, yes?
Yes.
Right now?
You have time, right? We have some time.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
You have a 3? We're good.
Okay. So what happens here? They're going to call in and ask us.
We're actually gonna call them. It's a very low budget operation. We're calling them through Skype.
You call people?
Oh, yeah.
Like random people?
No. I vetted the calls before. They write in. They need
Okay.
relationship advice, and then we actually try our best. And we're
Okay.
the show is called Unqualified. We're unqualified to
I
give
know what it's
relationship
called.
advice.
I mean, I did some research.
I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I don't know if you did that.
And that's the fucking name of the book, right?
That's
yeah.
true. Yes.
So, haven't you been? No, you can't be in a book tour because you're doing Mom. all
I
the
did
time.
a book tour.
Okay. How
Yeah.
long was it?
It was a week.
That's not a fucking book tour. I've been out there for 6 weeks. Your book probably has outsold my book too.
No, I don't know.
Fucking
I don't
makes me
know.
angry. I'm so mad right now. This is a good
Her
time
book
to take
did really
calls.
well. It did really well.
Great. Fucking great. Probably outsold mine. I'm out there fucking banging away, going covering the country. I'm driving in the Midwest in fucking snowstorms.
No, we're gonna sell
on it. Does a week. Like, I'm
That's-
tired.
Okay, the book is called Why We Don't Suck. Please, dear listeners, buy this book. I read a lot of it. I'm going to read the rest of it, and I'm going to listen to the Audible as well. I love this book, so please go
He
buy
read
it.
a lot of it.
I like listening to people.
Okay,
My heroes. I want to listen to you. You're one of my heroes.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Of course.
And Candace, you're going to read it, right? At some point.
Oh yeah.
I think I gave her a new character. Does she do any characters? She does Candace Bergen from 1968 having sex. It's an amazing impression.
All right. We're calling.
So you're Skyping
David?
these people. Can we see them?
No, we can only hear them.
And I don't know what they're gonna ask.
Okay, we're
That's
calling
the best.
David. He's 47.
He's
47.
47.
He's in San Francisco. Yeah.
He's got nothing better to do than to call this podcast.
Hey,
No, I'm kidding.
you've got nothing better to do than
Than be
be
here.
on. Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, David. It's Sim. How are you?
Hey, Sim. I'm great.
I want to introduce you to Anna right now.
Hi, David. How are you?
Hi, Anna. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. We have Denis Leary here.
It's actually Willem Dafoe. How are you?
Hey, thanks for doing this.
So, David, you have an
pleasure.
interesting relationship, or an arrangement, I should say, with your girlfriend. Tell us about it. Because when you actually sent this email, I've never heard of anything like this. So hopefully we can give you some advice. I know
Yeah.
Dennis will have some thoughts on this for sure, but go ahead and talk.
Okay. So the short version is I've been in a relationship with someone since September. I'm totally in love with her. She loves me. And she only agreed to get into the relationship if we had an expiration date at the very beginning. I didn't know even what she meant at first, but she doesn't believe I'm the one. So even though she loves me and we're really happy together, she's like, I don't want it to go on forever because I think we both need to be with other people. So I was taken off guard when she asked me this, and I just came up with, I guess, right after New Year's. So January 2nd was our expiration date. And just literally this morning, I have been lobbying for the last few weeks that we get an extension to the expiration date because I keep on asking her, aren't you happy? Don't you love me? And she's like, yes and yes. And she just keeps on repeating that, but you're not the one, so I don't want this to last forever. So this morning she said we can have an extension, and she asked me for a new date. So I'm wondering, what's your advice? How do I approach this?
Fuck. On one hand, she's kind of brilliant. On the other hand, she's totally manipulative. And, I'm sorry, that's quick judgment. But let me ask you this. Who does she think the one is? Like, has she given you an idea of what this ideal?
No, she really hasn't. An earlier complication to this, we actually dated over a year ago. And we dated for about 4 months, and then she split up with me very abruptly. But that dating, it was not in a committed relationship. She just saw me once a week, and it was, for her, just sex. For me, I was already falling in love with her. And then she broke up with me basically when she realized that I was falling in love with her. And she turned to me at one point during that period, about a year ago, and she said, you are almost perfect.
Oh my gosh.
And I was excited about that at first, and then I thought about it a little bit more. I'm like, wait a second. So I actually asked her, well, what's wrong? What can I change? And she's like, no, nothing. I just know it's not going to work out in the long run.
You know what I think? What's the date today? The 6th. The expiration date is the 7th. Get rid of her. Ditch her. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Fuck her. I'm sorry to say it that bluntly, but I am a doctor. And you may not know that, but I was made an honorary doctor by my alma mater, Emerson College. I don't need to be a doctor to say she's just using you. Get rid of her.
Well,
bye. I'm telling you, get rid of her.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because I think that this is, she sounds a little cruel, and sometimes people who feel a little more powerful in the relationship can be, cruel, and it's an odd thing to make you feel like
small,
scared, and small, and that you always have to be chasing her. Can I ask you, what do you love about her? I mean, is she beautiful? Is she funny? Is she?
She's beautiful. She's super smart. She has a very silly sense of humor. I love the way she looks at me when I look in her eyes. I could look in her eyes forever.
But you're looking into her eyes forever. You're looking into her eyes forever. She's looking into your eyes, and she's thinking January 2nd cutoff date. Come on.
But here's the thing, though, too. Like, where did she learn this kind of manipulative behavior? Are her parents still together? Like how? Because that feels like a very learned behavior to say things like, "Here's an expiration date. You're not the one. You're almost the one." Like, where is this coming from? What is this? Why does she crave being powerful over you?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Her parents split up when she was around 10. And she's actually only been in one other serious relationship in her entire life, and she's 35. Yeah, she's a very independent, strong-minded woman, which I love about her. But,
David, you're a fucking gem. You sound amazing. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but man, I want you to be with somebody who is like, that you're in love with, and she makes you feel safe. And I don't know if she's 35, if these are moldable. She may have already developed some patterns in her brain, and you need to feel valued and happy, and not like, oh fuck, what if I fuck up? Because then the, extension will be over.
Well, here are two really interesting things. One, the only real relationship she had before me, about 4 years ago, the guy broke up with her, started sleeping with a friend, got married, broke her heart. And she still literally has nightmares about him that wake her up at night. So I think that's part of where some of this comes from. There are parts of it that still baffle me as well. But so the first time we dated for a few months, when we were clearly not in a relationship, I was terrified every time after I saw her, I might never see her again. So for me, in a very perverse way, having an expiration date and knowing that I'm going to be with her, like it was a full 111 days from when we set the date. I'm like, oh my God, it actually gave me peace of mind. Like, I don't have to worry about this. I know I'm going to see her tomorrow.
But you realize this is like the premise to either a horror movie or a romantic comedy. Expiration date is the title, and like one of the people gives the other person a date by which they need to prove themselves. It's like some kind of Olympic thing. It's crazy,
Yeah.
But overall, like with this stuff aside, I mean, do you think that you would still be as attracted to her if she said, I want to marry you tomorrow? I mean, is it part of this chase? I mean, that's why initially my gut was like, this is very manipulative, because one person is put into the position of truly chasing the other one. And I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, that's a good question. And we've talked about a few things. She's not even sure if she wants to get married. She does want a partner for life, but she doesn't believe in the institution of marriage necessarily. She also doesn't want to have kids. Or at least she said she was 99% sure. And then last week she turned to me and she's like, the two of us have such good genes. I'm thinking maybe I'll have a baby just because it would make a really great baby with really good genes. Then you can raise the kid with your mom.
Oh, boy. Oh boy! She sounds insane.
You need to exit this relationship immediately. Seriously,
get out.
Get out. And also, I think it's very manipulative of her to, even if she is having nightmares about her ex or whatever, it's manipulative of her to bring that up to you constantly in any fashion. You know, it's not protecting you in any way, and that's a very weird thing for her to say. And maybe I don't know. Maybe she's so fucking amazing in bed because she's so fucking insane that that's maybe part of the thing too. But I don't know. I don't know if I would want this person as a friend. Is that terrible for me to say? I mean, I don't mean to question your judgment.
I feel like
David.
I'm not presenting her brighter lights very well, but I hear what you're saying.
Well, I just those are big things to say, you know, and it sounds like I mean, the guys here in my dressing room are all like,
I can't believe you're 47. I'm sorry, man. You're 47 years old. I can't believe that this is even. I don't want to sound mean because I understand.
Sound
all
mean.
this.
Go ahead. Sound mean.
You have to get rid of her immediately.
Yep.
Immediately. Like, don't ever talk to her again.
The two guys in the room are telling you to get the hell out now. Anna's being very nice.
Because I understand.
No, I get it. I understand. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
It's not easy. Like, but and especially because she's set up the situation how she set it up, which is like, I'm a catch, you're not the one, and.
Listen, the baby one is the final straw for me. Like, I want you to have a baby with me that's going to be raised by your mother because it'll be so brilliant. I mean, she's put an expiration date on the baby. We need to have the kid by August 5th, and then I'm out. I mean, come on, man.
But here's the thing, David, is that of course she's going to extend whatever the contract is and extend it and extend it and extend it. And you're going to be like having a lifetime of worrying if the contract is going to be extended. Because I don't think anybody else
specifically said she'll give one extension and she will never give another one after that. And she doesn't specifically want to have that ongoing thing.
I mean, maybe you're drawn to the drama, and that's okay. I'm drawn to drama, clearly. I think that she sounds really cruel to me. And I think that if you want safety and love, I think you gotta fucking, or at the very least say, I can't do this expiration date. I can't do it. I want to feel settled with somebody, that I want to travel with somebody that I love. I want to feel like when I'm, 93, that somebody's holding my hand. If that's what you want.
Yeah, 93 is an expiration date. If she said to you, listen, I'm going to be with you till I'm 93, then we're going to sit down if we're still both alive and let's see if we want to stuck out the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But January 2nd is not a fucking, that doesn't work. That's not a healthy thing.
And
Besides,
I wonder why the
included-
fuck that date?
Because she
after
includes Christmas, so she gets shit at Christmas time.
Yeah. And then
she
like
gets New Year's Eve, she can kiss somebody, and then she's gone. Except for the baby, which I guess she'll have, and then she'll give it to your mom.
We need to give him some final advice here.
Get the fuck out.
But wait, David, have you always been drawn to women that are similar to this, like sort of that are a high drama that keep you anxious?
No, very much not. And in fact, my initial attraction to her was how sane and straightforward and rational she seemed. But I think that rational aspect of her allows her to compartmentalize things in ways that I never foresaw.
Oh boy, David, we're going to get a lot, I think, of feedback in regards to you that will be very, very, very defensive of you, and maybe not super nice to your 35-year-old.
But this is indefensible of David. David can't be with her.
I agree.
I don't understand why he's even still considering this.
Because it's so much more complicated. I agree with you. I'm so on board. I think that is. I think it's cruel.
She's making him feel incredibly small.
I know, and
So
she's
that's
clearly.
it.
It's like
That's
all
a
this
deal
weird
breaker right
power
there.
dynamic, fucked up shit that she's doing. You're almost perfect. You're not the one. What the fuck does she think the one is? I don't know. I think that you should. The boys are saying tomorrow it's
Tonight.
done, but I would say if you really do love her and would like to be with her, and I would say we have to talk about this, because I'm not sure I can be with somebody who demands this. I want other things. I want to feel safe. I want to be loved as much as I love. And she probably won't get that. Or maybe even ask her what the fuck the one is. I'd be curious. Who is it?
Yeah.
Elon Musk? What the fuck?
Hey, David, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, David, thank you. Please
Thanks
keep
for
in
your
touch.
advice. I really enjoyed talking to you guys.
I love you. Thank you, David.
Good luck
so
on January
much.
3rd.
Please tell us. Everyone's going to be dying.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
You
Bye-bye.
You are too fucking nice. Jesus Christ.
All right, so I guess we're wrapping it up. Because
Dennis's face.
it's fun, right?
It was fun.
Yeah.
I just feel bad because that one guy who called in with relationship advice, listen, I'm opinionated, so from the beginning, but you agreed with me.
Oh my God.
Get out.
Listen,
Such a
we're
no-brainer.
all in agreement. Everyone in the room is nodding.
Yeah, but you were much nicer, but yeah, that's forget about it.
Because the truth is, he's not going to. We can all tell him to break up with her tomorrow, but there's no way he's going
But
to
the
break
funny
up
thing
with
is, he's like the guy that I was being when you were doing the deal breakers quiz. I was like, if I'm into the girl, I'm like, yeah, have as many live lobsters as you want. You know what I mean? So
There's a
he's
difference
kind of that
between
guy.
breast milk flan and
But I think he
an
would drink.
expiration date.
I think he would actually drink her. Actually, what's her plan for the breast milk once she gives the baby to the mom later in this expiration date relationship? But it reminded me, when I heard expiration date, I'm like, it sounds like the title of a romantic comedy. Like it's a ridiculous setup, right? I mean, expiration date, by January 2nd, you have to prove everything. What the fuck?
Right there. Romantic comedy with Denis Leary and Anna Faris.
No.
You can write and direct it. Expiration date.
one
That's what
take
it's called.
only.
2 takes. 1 take
Two
only.
takes.
2 takes.
It's Anna and James Woods. All right. And the opening line is, you know what my
he's really
SATs.
smart.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, James, you're so smart.
But how many times do you think he's used that line?
It was so fucking weird.
And he used it with you, which makes no impression. You're just like, yeah, I have potatoes.
But who? I at least I'm smart enough to be looking across at a 50 to 80-year-old man and feel like, what?
Yeah.
SATs. Wait, didn't we a long time ago? Nobody talks about. It was bizarre. It was a fucking odd pickup line. I wonder what would be a better one.
Wait, now remind me. Oh, yeah, it was
I know,
Scary Movie 2. Okay,
yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah.
This is good because we kind of started out talking about James Woods, and then we ended up talking about it. So it's kind of like our, we came full circle.
Yeah, became full circle. Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm just trying to think of a pickup line that actually works, but it's kind of
That
impossible.
you've used?
No.
That someone has used on you.
Yeah, but I don't get hit on very much. But I don't remember. No, I don't know. One time I told a guy that I asked a guy if he had any roofies. I thought that was pretty funny. I was amused with myself.
There's a healthy relationship at the beginning. Yeah, I'll go out with you. You got any roofies?
No, he was totally disgusted by me.
Holy shit.
And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, what about your friend?"
How long did the relationship last?
Oh, this was like a 30-second encounter.
Oh, okay.
But I was delighted with myself. I was giggling on the inside.
Yeah.
So I was hitting on myself essentially,
Yes.
which is important.
Which sounds like your thing.
Oh yes. Hey Anna, what's up? You want to know what my SAT score is? Okay. 1090. Oh fuck yeah, that sounds hot.
I'm sitting here going like, this is a show.
I love this. I could watch you for the next 10 minutes.
I was like, this is a play. This is a play. Have you seen the play where Anna Faris plays 3 characters, Candace, and then these 2 versions of herself. One is this chick who's trying to get roofies, which is young Anna, and then there's Anna now, who's sort of like in the scene too. It's a fucking amazing show. It's on Broadway.
Dennis, thank you so much.
Guys, this is
thank
like
you.
the weirdest thing I've ever done. I think
It's a weird podcast.
I mean, Anna Faris's fucking dressing room.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walked in with F Troop posters, and as soon as I walk in, we were on the air.
Yeah.
And then we're telling some guy calls up with an expiration date in his relationship. We're telling him to get the fuck out.
Right.
She's trying to understand him.
Yeah.
She's pretending to be Candace Bergen having sex in 1968.
Oh yeah.
This is crazy. What a fuck. Show business, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Buy our books.
Love you, listeners.
Buy our books.